Hello. Good afternoon. I know you're tired, so I will do it quickly. I'm Shahin Gharghi from the Shiraz University, and I want to speak about choosing an IPAM. What is IPAM? IPAM is a centralized database that stores all of our IP layer information in the database. Companies used to use datasheets to store the informations, but by increasing the number of users and number of IPs, they had to switch into IPAMs. It could work with the other software like the CRMs, like the DNS or DHCP, and etc. IPAM is good for the small companies, but it's necessary for the big ISPs and companies. Our university wanted to have an IPAM, so I tried to develop a software, and I did a research about the main features of the IPAM. There are a lot of challenges about choosing an IPAM. I tried to cover most of them. At first, I divided the IPAM into two main categories, the paid and free version. I'm focusing on the free versions because the free version is free, is cheaper, it's free, and you are not dependent on a specific person or company, and it's more secure because you have access to the code. And also, you are not limited to complex licensing, for example, per client or per device and something like that. And also, it has some disadvantages. For example, it doesn't support the latest hardwares, and maybe it doesn't have any support. At first, I'm trying to explain the mandatory features. The first one is supporting IPv6. As you know, IPv4 has existed, and also IPv6 is more complicated, and so it's harder to manage. Second one is simplicity to use. Every part of a company need to work with the IPAM, so it should be simple and easy to use. And also, we may need it in some critical situations, so it should respond quickly. The next one is security and reliability. We put all of our information in the database, so we should take care of that. And also, we need it every time. We should respond every time. The next feature is type of database. When we want to choose an IPAM, we have to consider our facilities, hardware, software, and platform. For example, if we need if you have it Linux machines, we can't install it Windows-based software on that. Supporting VRF is important because we may need to assign multiple IP addresses, a single IP address to multiple devices. So it should support duplicate, for example, in backup devices or Anycast. And also it should support invalid IP addresses because we use invalid IP addresses in our network. As I told, a lot of units need to work with it, a lot of users, so we should control their access, what do they have access, and we have to control and log their actions. The next one is advanced search. We should able to search by every field and also export the data in various formats. And also it should be intelligent enough to suggest us free IPs. And the main role of the IPAM is preventing the duplicates. I mean the duplicates that the administrator doesn't know about it. And there are some secondary features. The first one is connectivity to RIR'S. We get IP from the RIR'S, and we have to keep their database update. So if the IPAM is able to import the data and fill the database with the RIR database, it's a good feature. And also, if they can register our assignments to their database, it's a good choice. It's a good action because it can reduce the administration tasks. If the IPAM support web services, it can work with our other software like the CRMs or etc. and also allow other softwares to use its information. Backup and restore is the important feature of every software. It should back up dynamically or manually, and also it should help us to restore it easily. And extra reports and visualizations can help us to decide for our the future of our network and to plan for the future. If IPAM connects to the DHCP and DNS server, it can register the IP addresses that DHCP has assigned to user and also make a DNS record for them, and also make a reverse DNS record for them. So it reduces the administration task. And it's good that the IPAM support registering the hardware to store the hardware information in that database. And also we can register the IP address of the hardware and easily search between them. This is the IP analyzer of RIP NCC that you can find in your LIR portal. If you don't have the IPAM, it's a simple application that can help you to manage your IP addresses, and it can suggest you the free IP addresses in both IPv6 and v4. Also, I made a chart that listed the most powerful IPAMs, the freeware IPAMs, and compared them by some features. And this is my application that I developed. Unfortunately, it's in Persian language, and I will translate it to English as soon as possible. I tried to include all of those features in that. And if I want to conclude, I have to say IPAM is necessary for companies. If you don't have IPAM, please find the IPAM or write yourself. And these are the 4 top IPAMs that I like them, and that they have those features. And questions?
Dmitry Marozovsky again. Not actually a question, but an addition. At least 2 projects that you have to look at very thoroughly. ENOG projects and rec tables.
Thank you.
Denis Shahin, my question is, do you consider OpenStack integration of your IPAM system, or you don't think it's essential in your environment? OpenStack integration of IPAM, or you don't use any cloudization software like OpenStack? Or
You mean to do in open source, OpenStack?
Yes.
Yeah, you know, I like the open source application. I use them, and there are a lot of powerful licensing IPAMs. But because I do research, I can't focus on those because it could be an advertisement.
Gennady Abramov, let me also add a remark. Well, the IPAM itself, if not truly, if not correctly implemented, may could make life not easier but harder. So most of IPAM features, engineer can well get manually. Type who is on CLI, check free address space in route tables, etc. So I think personally that main goal of IPAM should be an automation and interaction with existing equipment, which, as well, code explains everything, which should be a major source of how IP addresses included. And from the list you provided, I think that only one system has some basics about it. It is a NetDot, which can be synchronized with equipment, which can get all prefixes from equipment, update descriptions, ownership, etc. from equipment, and ENOG project that Dmitry Morozovsky is mentioning. So all others without a huge work on scripting with implementing synchronization manually, I think for ISP not much useful.
You know, be it doing all of these dynamically and import from all of devices automatically is a good feature, but in some cases it causes some problems. For example, you should do it automatically and update it frequently. You should allow the software to download the configuration from all of the devices. And if you depend on the system, some routers, this application doesn't support a lot of hardwares. And also, if it may make a mistake, so all of your database are not correct.
Yes, it's correct. But if engineer, when configuring service, will require to do double work to register address space in IPAM and to register it in some service configuration toolkit or by configuring router directly, then there will be mistakes just because of human factor.
And, you know, when you have a customer or when you want to assign an IP address, definitely the engineer alone doesn't work in that and doesn't decide alonely. In all of the companies, they have some departments like the sales, like the support, and all of them need to work with that. So, for example, the sales assign the IP address and the engineer uses, or vice versa.
Well, in case sales aware of subnet mask and so on, then yes.
Yeah, every part of the company should be aware.
Are there any more questions? If not, I want to say thank you very much, Shahin.
Thank you. Thank you for answering.
Thank you.